I am doing the weekly astrology for November 17th through 23rd, 2024. The big news this week is that Pluto will move into Aquarius and remain there until 2043. It is a shift that we began to get a taste of on January 20th of this year before it did its last and final retrograde into Capricorn this summer. Pluto will require us to dig deep into the soil of our reality and pull up that taproot that keeps a plant coming back to reality even when we keep cutting it back. Pluto is a planet of fate, and Pluto will reveal a part of our collective soul instinct that recognizes that survival of our world is at stake. Pluto is a planet that intends to shatter egos and bring many to their knees, especially if they are not working towards the greater good. The movement of Pluto shifting from one side into another is all about forcing us to notice what triggers us the most. I am sure you have been noticing disturbances in sleep and those things that keep you agitated and on edge, those things that make you uncomfortable and make your skin crawl. That is the shadow of Pluto at work in your life. Pluto makes us look at those things that seem incomprehensible to our psyche. Pluto points out in drastic ways those things that you reject and refuse to integrate. Currently, just like Carl Jung said, too many our unconscious parts are not conscious, and because of that, they will direct and dictate events in our life, and we falsely think it is fate. In this powerful moment of transition where Pluto wants to shift into Aquarius, notice what it is about this life that you cannot face. This is a moment to recognize the unprocessed experiences in your life that lurk and hide in the shadows of your subconscious. In this moment, remember that the pathways through the underworld are fraught with dangers and places where we have denied something that formed a part of our reality. Pluto is a path to maturity. Just know that path takes a long time. That path requires ways of integration that have been buried deep inside. Pluto uses pain as a method to point out where we are still in denial that we are suffering. Pluto points out all things that have no longer any value in this reality. Pluto in Aquarius is a tsunami that is so powerful that resisting its flow is pointless. Our only choice is to move with it rather than against it. It is time to learn how to swim in the underworld. November 18th, the moon goes into Cancer. At least this moon will try to soften the blow as Pluto moves into Aquarius for the next 2 decades. This moon brings us powerfully back to what really matters: family, love, connection, and safety. These 4 things will continue to be a powerful focus for much longer than the cycle of this moon, but what becomes clear is that it is what we will need to hold on to keep our sanity in the immediate future. November 19th, Pluto goes into Aquarius for the next 19 years. This last cycle of Pluto in Capricorn has been brutal for many, and we are all going to be stripping away the layers of our old self to don new clothing, shields, and tools that will be necessary for our transit through Pluto in Aquarius. If you are feeling a bit unprepared, know you are not alone in that feeling. We honestly don't know what we will need. Know that trying to carry too much is not going to give you the flexibility that is going to be required in this active air sign. Pluto, a shift in Pluto always brings tremendous death and rebirth. It makes things unseen seen. It makes the unconscious conscious. It makes us take a look at our choices and what lay hidden beneath the surface. What will be clear is that an old part of yourself is finished, and it is time to let something new emerge. November 20th, the moon goes into Leo. It is a time for self-autonomy. This next phase is not about others. It is about embracing your total self. There is no time like the present, and there is no more space for excuses to do what you know you need to do for yourself. The world does not care if you win or lose, but today you realize that you do care, and we cannot let this world dictate our success or failure. It is going to be up to us. November 21st, the sun goes into Sagittarius. As we move into the winter, we have the sun move for the next month into Sagittarius. That is supposed to warm our spirits and give us the courage to embark on a grand new adventure. In the exploration for truth, we will have to expand our creative essence into new areas and allow that divine light within to begin to mold us and shape us into something very new. Fire is always about reclaiming our passions. Sagittarius is about finding the answers that bring us to more freedom and optimism. This moment is about allowing us to recognize that when we allow for growth, that is how true wisdom is gained. We are encouraged to go back to school, gain higher learning, discover who to trust and why, and know where you feel truly safe and belong. November 22nd, the moon goes into Virgo. It is time to lay out the details of the next plan. You need to write down the patterns that we can currently see and that we know need to unfold. We require a map and a sequence to keep us on track. Just know that you do not need to be anal about it. This is something that will evolve and continue to evolve. But we need a starting point. Once we have that, we can employ a new way to work with the tools at hand more effectively and congruently. This week is a big turn. That turn is towards honoring who is now emerging. Perhaps when you look in the mirror, you will see the warrior inside and the beauty of your powerful heart that knows that love is the path regardless of what the world seems to be demonstrating. This week, it is time to honor the betrayals that have happened in your life and know that those that betray you are often not aware of what they do because they are not moving from their authentic self but their ego. Embrace the flexibility and resiliency you have through your inner strength as it is now blending with your softness. See the beauty that you continuously bring into this world. Recognize that you are not in the middle, you are not at the beginning of a new chapter, you are at the beginning of an entirely new manuscript. Within you is the wisdom and the resources you will need to go forward. Be proud of who you are right now and jump. If you have proven anything, it is that you can trust the depth of your heart. Thanks, everyone.